friends, welcome back to my channel. You can probably tell by my voice that I have been really sick for the last 2 weeks, and so I've not filmed anything, and I'm just now able to do this voiceover. Here is another freezer clean out video that I have put together. This first one is lasagna soup, and this is just kind of a recipe that I made up myself. I have 2 kids who don't like lasagna, but they will eat this soup for some reason. But all it is ground beef, onions, garlic. I add in a whole container of beef broth, and then I just kind of add some of the seasonings that would be in lasagna. I also add a spaghetti sauce, which that's what I took out of the freezer. That was left over from when I canned spaghetti sauce, and I had an extra one that just wouldn't fit in the canner, and there wasn't quite enough in the jar, so I usually just freeze stuff like that. And then you just add some noodles to it and serve it with a little cheese on top. To me, it tastes very similar to lasagna, but my kids will eat it this way. Next, we are going to work on some like sweetbreads. So I'm really trying to use up this frozen zucchini that I have. I have quite a bit of it still. And then I just freeze my bananas whole when we can't get to them. And I don't mind doing this. You kind of just let them thaw out, and then you just like squeeze the banana flesh out, partially frozen, and it works out great. But we're making chocolate zucchini muffins and banana bread. Both call, well, the zucchini muffins call for zucchini and bananas and applesauce, and then my banana bread just calls for bananas. But you will see here a little bit later on that I didn't quite have enough bananas, and I had extra applesauce, and that worked out great actually. So I just kind of combined the two. It still tasted like banana bread, but the texture and taste was the same as my regular banana bread. So I like these little silicone cupcake liners. They work out really well. They're not super hard to clean either. I don't mind it, but there's the banana bread with the applesauce and the bananas. And I do have a really good banana bread recipe. If I can remember, I'll try to put it in the description box below, but it uses shortening, and it's just a really good one. Really good dense banana bread. So what I'm about to show you is not earth-shattering by any means, but this is kind of what I do when I have little bits. So like I have that little bit of spaghetti sauce with meat left. I have a little bit of like a different kind of marinara sauce left. And then the kids had opened up a jar of spaghetti sauce to have with mozzarella sticks that you'll see later on. And I just kind of combine all 3 and then use that as our spaghetti sauce for the night. So little bits that ordinarily would probably be thrown away, if you just freeze stuff like that and then combine it, it makes a really nice sauce. And I don't mind doing stuff like that at all. It just takes a little bit of thought to pull it out of your freezer and kind of use up those little bits. Now we're moving on to beef pot pie. I had made some homemade beef broth with beef bones that we'd gotten from our cow that we got, and so I saved all that shredded beef that came off of those bones and just put it in the freezer because I knew I could use cooked shredded beef at some time. And then I just had kind of this old bag of peas hanging out, and I just made my own crust, which I used lard for the first time, which was actually super delicious. And you just kind of make a filling. I had some little bits of veggies in the refrigerator, had some potatoes to use up. I actually love peas. There's a couple of my kids that don't enjoy peas, but it's just a little bit of that bag left. And so you just put it in a nice big dish and put the crust over the top, put some slits in it, and then you bake it until the crust is nice and golden and done. and this was a delicious dinner that we all really enjoyed. This one again is not earth-shattering, but this is how I deal with leftovers. Like if we're sick of taco soup and don't want to have it for leftovers, I'll just throw it in the freezer. So this night I had like 3 different kinds of soup. It was taco soup, white chicken chili, and then this homemade like chicken ramen broth that I had made that had been hanging out for quite a while. And so I just pulled out all 3 of them, and everybody got to pick what they wanted. Here's the chicken ramen. I just did a little bit of noodles in it. And then somebody had taco soup. And then some other people had white chicken chili. So super easy dinner. And I don't think I was feeling well at this point. So it was very nice to have that to pull out. And then my husband brought home some bread that somebody at work had given him. So that was actually perfect. So to end the video, here's just a look at my freezers and how we're doing. We're trying to clean out the freezers because we have more cow coming, and we also have half of a pig coming that we're splitting with my parents. So I'm really trying to make some room, and it probably doesn't look like I'm making very much progress, but I can actually tell I'm making a lot of progress. This is about all the beef that we have left from the cow that we got. It hasn't been a year. I can't remember exactly how long it's been, but there's this bag and one other smaller bag down there. We go and pick all our blueberries every summer, so those will always be in there. And then I just added cranberries because I'm going to be canning some cranberry juice. But we are definitely making our way through those little bits of odds and ends in our freezer that we're trying to clean out. Here in my extra refrigerator, I got that Aldi butter deal, and so I've got 12 things of butter, and I do have quite a bit of room in this freezer still, so I think we're doing really, really well. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!